Well, just this already is exactly what is being longed for. Even the longing itself is already this. And there is no one separate from this who's looking for this, who's longing for this already. There's just this. Whatever is arising, expectation, trying to get somewhere, thinking that there is a real you who's separate from this, who will eventually find this, is already this. So everything is this already. Every thought, every sensation, every feeling, the feeling of not being there yet, an assumption arising in this, saying I'm a woman who's in the meeting, who's searching, thinking that there's somewhere to get to, is already this. There's already nothing separate from this to know this or become this. There's just simply this, whatever is arising. So all is this already. Even the sense of being separate from this doesn't belong to anyone. That sense as it is not personal. It's already impersonal. Doesn't belong to somebody. It's just a sense. It's just everything. It's just that which is not divided or separate, appearing as that sense. That sense of longing may seem to fall away, and there can be a recognition that there's just this, but there is already no one there to recognize that there's just this. It can be seen that there's just this, but that which sees is already everything, is already just this. So there's no one there who can claim that I've eventually discovered this. So this can never really be found. This can never really be lost. And there's no one here or anywhere who knows what this is. Yet the apparent separate self that may seem to claim that it knows this, that's just a dream appearing in this. The knower is just a dream appearing in this. Everything is already unknown. There is only the unknown appearing as an apparent knower. Yet nothing can really be known except labels, except the knowledge about labels, the story. Because there is really nothing here. Whatever is seen is just nothing. There may seem to be a knowledge in the memory that says, this is a computer screen, this is a room, there is a world. There's just a knowledge in the memory. A memory that is not even there. Knowledge about labels. That as it is just a story. It's already empty. There's no one separate from this who has a knowledge. There is already no real man or woman here. There is already no world to be saved. There is already no you to collapse, to fall away. There is no one looking from behind those eyes already. All is imagined by no one. It can be imagined or assumed that today it's Sunday. It can be assumed as well or imagined that today is Monday. That as it is just a story. There is no Sunday and there's no Monday. There's just this. This can never be known. This can never be understood. Because there's no separation. There's nothing outside of this already. There are no different paths already. There's no distance to cover. There's no one who's on a journey already. There are no steps. There's no one to take any step already. There's just this, whatever is arising, searching, analyzing, happening. And there are thoughts that seems to come and go, and they don't belong to anyone. Even what seems to be the thinker of thoughts is just another thought arising in this. So there is no separation. Even when a thought may seem to arise saying there is separation, I feel separate. My experience is that I'm here and there are others out there. That's as it is already not separate. That is just wholeness, as passing as that. And that as well may seem to stop. And there may be a recognition that there's only ever this. There's no one here, no one anywhere, and there's no real separation. So this is beautiful for no one, to no one. If there's something that seems to say, but it's beautiful to me, that's this too. That's not an evidence that there's a real separate somebody who is experiencing beauty. There's just an expression of this. Just this saying is beautiful to me. I found this, but you know, as the time went on, I lost it. That too is an expression of that which can never really be found, and that which can never really be lost. So everything is this. So there is really no effort here. This, as it is effortless and obvious to itself. There is really no effort to be made. Yet there are apparent efforts may seem to happen, but it's just that which is not, which is not already making any efforts, which is effortless and obvious to itself, appearing as an apparent effort. So you can't go wrong with this. There's no one to go wrong with this, to go wrong or right. There's just this. Whichever direction may seem to be taken, it is already that which is being longed for, expressing as every direction. The longing is not separate from this. The seeking itself is not separate from this. It's not good or bad. It's just what happens. There is really nothing behind anything. There is really nothing behind any apparent happening. There's no doer. There's no seeker. There's no finder. There's just this, whatever is arising. Every story, every feeling is already this. It's just this already appearing as a presidential debate, appearing as every story in the apparent world. But every story is already empty, is already going nowhere. It's just a dream without a dreamer. Just like when the body is asleep and there is a dream, everything may seem to be real. There may seem to be a real world, real people, cars hooting in the busy streets, in the city, people going to work, people going to the stores to to buy some clothes, to do window shopping. But when you wake up, it can be seen that it's just all just a dream. There were no cars, there were no people, there was uh, there was no city, there was nothing. So in the same way, there may seem to be a real world, but you know, that is a dream. When there's that sense of being separate from everything, there may seem to be a real world, real people, real cars, real birds, real weather, real politics, but that's just a dream. But this one doesn't have a dreamer. When it stops, nobody wakes up. Well, if there are any questions or any sharing that may seem to arise in this, it's okay.
I was just going to say, it sure was nothing that I ever imagined it to be, my seeking and searching, expecting some big fireworks, and then just everything like the rug got pulled out from under everything.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes there may be those so-called fireworks happening, and sometimes they can be simply noticed that all is this already.
And now it's
This
like
may,
there's no going back. It's like the complete loss of interest in any of that. It just, it's amazing, that there's like, just being driven to find something. I didn't know what, and then now it's just, it's here.
Yeah, you know, it can never be lost, as you say, and it can never be found because it's just what is.
Yeah.
What is it's already the case, can't be found. Who can find what is? Who can lose what is? Yet what seems to be losing or finding is already just this, what is. But it's just an apparent losing or finding. There's no one who can lose anything or find anything. Yeah. Even when it appears as if there's somebody there, that's just this, expressing as what seems to be somebody. That's an imagination. That's a story. Somebody being here, attending the meeting. That's the story.
Yeah.
This, as it is already empty. It's going nowhere. If it seems as if it's going somewhere, I think something saying I'm getting closer and closer to this. That's the story, which is already this. And it's beautiful. It's not wrong or right. And that's as it is. It may seem to stop as well. It may be seen that there's just this. There's no story. There's no one going anywhere already. Yeah. This is empty. There's no Monday. There's no Sunday already. There's no morning. There's no afternoon. There's no evening. There's no 2024 already. There's no woman. There's no child. There's no dead. There's no one. Nothing anyway. Just this already. And there's no one to see already. There can be a seeing, but there's no one to see. If something says, but I want to see, that's not my experience. That's this, which is already empty, expressing as that. Yet it can be seen that behind that there's nobody. Even when that is said, those are just reactions that are coming up from this, which is nothing. I'm feeling cold. I'm feeling hot. There's no one behind that already. There's just a reaction, just an expression that is arising from nothing, from this vastness or nothing. You can call it whatever. It doesn't mind. You can say it's a spirit, it's a soul, it's God, it's the Shiva. the Buddha, the Christ. It's nothing really. It doesn't mind the words. Because this, as it is already wordless. There are no words. It can't really be spoken. This can't be said.
Yeah, before when I was into meditating and all these other things, it's like there was like, oh, I gotta tell people about this, or just now that there's just nothing, there's no need to say anything. I love hearing this, but yeah, the pursuit of knowledge is just it's gone. Yeah, I used to read a lot too, and I, 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 I just found I can't. I have not, I don't have much. Like, I guess what I have interest in is playing my drum,
Yeah.
things like that. But yeah, that drive to get somewhere. Um, where is there to go? And who's there to go?
Yeah. You know, so Lila, even boredom may never even arise, because when boredom seems to arise, it's when there is that still that sense of being somebody there, which is already this, which is already everything, expressing as that sense. It's like something coming up that's, I know, I can't just sit like this. I need to do something. I'm
Mm.
bored. Maybe I need to download games and play on my phone, or just uh, write a letter on my computer, or watch videos on my laptop. I need to do something. I can't just sit and do nothing. That too is an expression of this already, and that may seem to stop as well. You know, here, just sitting doing nothing, is something that's edge to do something when there's nothing to do. It doesn't arise anymore. There can be a sitting, and but boredom doesn't arise as well. But if that seems to arise, it's not that there's a real somebody who's still there. It's just an expression of this. It's just what seems to arise in this, and it's beautiful. It doesn't belong to anyone already. Boredom doesn't belong to anyone. If something says, I'm bored, that's just an expression of this. If something says boredom doesn't arise, it doesn't arise. And seeking doesn't arise, yeah, as well. Yet, if it seems to arise, that's also this, expressing as that. That's not to say that there's somebody who's on the certain level, you know, there's somebody's on a lower level, there's somebody's on a higher level, or
Right.
there's a lower state of consciousness, or there's a higher state of consciousness. No, there is nobody to be there or down, or there's nobody to be there or not there. There's just this. Everything is an expression of this. There are already no people to talk to. There's nobody to talk to help already. There's nobody out there, and there's no one here to help or to talk to. There's just this. When seeking happens, that may continue to happen until it doesn't happen. If when it feels like there's a real seeking, that may seem to continue until it eventually stops, you know. And this doesn't suggest that there shouldn't be any seeking, there shouldn't be any meditation. What is simply being pointed to here is that there's justice, whatever is arising, seeking or no seeking, meditation or no meditation, you know, boredom or no boredom. And there can be an enjoyment happening, something may seem to enjoy what is being spoken, but that's everything enjoying, you know. Even when it feels as if it's somebody who's feeling good, but that good feeling itself, as it is is just everything feeling good. So it's okay. It's okay. And there's already nobody here to put anybody on the pedestal. And there's no pedestal. There's just this. Everything is this already. Whichever way it may seem to arise, is just this. There's no one who has a better explanation about this. This can never really be explained. This can never really be described because it's wordless. It doesn't require words to be spoken for it to be what it is. Is already what it is with or without words. So words can be spoken, yet there is that underlining uh, presence or energy behind the words. Well, presence seems like the word presence seems to have weights, but this is just it's it's nothing. It's not even presence. It's just, that energy behind. Even when words are not spoken, that can be felt, or that can be felt, that can be seen. So it doesn't really require words to be spoken. It's already what it is, with or without words. It's already the case, even before seeking may arise. Even before words can be spoken, it's already the case. It's already there in the busy traffic. It's already there in the boardroom when everybody seems to quarrel there. It's already there in the stadium where there's so much noise, people being happy, being sad, watching soccer. It's already the case. It doesn't need a quiet place for it to be what it is. It's already there in the midst of war, bombs exploding, people running away screaming. It's already the case. It's already there. It's already deathless. It's already pathless. It's beyond path and death. Path and death is just a story appearing in it. It doesn't have any gender. It doesn't have any culture. It doesn't know the other. It doesn't know anything. Yet it's everything. It's more solid than what seems to be solid, in the sense that it doesn't go away. It doesn't die because there's no bed. It's not a human being. It is everything. It is nothing. It's never affected by the stories. Even words can never really touch this, can never really change this. If somebody seems to say, but this doesn't exist, this does exist, doesn't matter to this. If somebody says, this is misleading or not, it doesn't touch this. This is indestructible. There are no words to describe this. Words can be used as concepts, to describe that which is beyond any description. But words are never really describing anything. This doesn't require any entertainment for it to be what it is, for it to be just this. Yes, entertainment may seem to arise in this as this, because there's no separation. So this doesn't mind, even when the body explodes or is obliterated, this remains as it is. This is not dependent on the body for it to be what it is. Even when the whole planet explodes or is obliterated, this remains as it is. Because it's nothing. It's not a man or a woman. It's not a human being. It's beyond birth and death. So it's just here as everything. The apparent objects may seem to disappear, but this never disappears. It doesn't need a room for it to be what it is. It doesn't require shelter. Everywhere is home. This is timeless. This is heaven already. Somebody not being there yet is just a dream appearing in this. Somebody being in the world, living life, is just a dream appearing in this. This is not a thing. Therefore, it can never really be pointed to or be pointed at. It is nothing already. It is empty and full in the sense that it's every apparent thing, yet it's nothing. somebody who's separate from this, or the sense of being separate from this, is just full on this. Expressing as that. So there's no real separate self who's looking for this. It's just this already. That which is seeking is already that which is being sought for. There is already that knocking from inside. There's nobody who's knocking from outside trying to get inside. There's just knocking from inside already. What you are looking for is already where you are looking from. And this, as it is already what is being longed for. Just this. And the longing itself, as it is just this already. Every feeling, every sensation, every thought, whether it seems to be good or bad, it's just this. It's just everything already. There's just nowhere to get to already. And nobody to get to anyway already. Just this. There's no future. There's no past. There's no present. There's just this. So January, December, August 2024 is just there or on that piece of paper hanging on the wall. It can never really be found anyway. In the same way, the me, it's just a story. It's just a knowledge. It is just nothing. Like those words, it's the same as those words written on that piece of paper that is January 2024. Same as those numbers on the computer, on the laptop, the rating 155, just nothing. This is timeless. All these are just stories that are taken to be real. Everything is this. This isn't a story, yet it appears as a story. So this can never really be found because there's no separation. It's everything already. Who can find everything? There's only everything. Then who can find everything? Who is really there outside of everything to find everything? There's just everything. There's just wholeness. There's just this. This is already whole and complete. This is already self-sufficient. This is already everything, whole and complete. All on this. There's no seeker. There's no finder. There's no doer. There's no you. There's just this. There's nobody to teach. There's nobody to convince. There's nobody to enlighten. There's nobody to help. There's simply just this. And this isn't a teaching. There's just talking. There's just listening, which is already empty. There's no one behind talking, behind listening. It's just this expressing as that. So this is already the case. This is already everything. This is the paradise already. This is heaven already. This is home already. Well, are there any last comments or questions before we close?
Okay, this might be too long of a question. For
It's
closing,
okay.
waiting for closing. Yeah, so constantly there seems to just be running this counter arguing in the head, like just no, it's not just like and I just like when you say whatever is happening is what's longed for, and I mean, I can think, okay, yeah, this is saying that there's no one saying it. But like talking about what's longed for is wanting it to go away, wanting it to stop, wanting the rug to be pulled out. Is that include what's longed for? Like, is that what's longed for itself, the seeking and saying, oh, it's not this, it won't be this, it won't be known to be this unless and until this stops happening, like until the seeking stops, until it just won't be that. It just isn't that yet. And may never
Yeah,
be, like,
yeah. Uh, it's everything. It's everything. It's nothing that seems to appear as everything, even as what seems to be somebody who's saying, but this can't be it. You know, I think maybe if I can just meditate or do this and that, maybe I will eventually find it. That's also it, expressing is that. That's as it is, that seems to be appearing, saying, oh, no, this can't be it. This is being watched from this. It's being watched from that space, which is not doing anything. That space, from that space, it is seen that the mind chatter, you know, the mind going up and down, you know, that is seen as well. But that as it is not separate from that space. It's just this space expressing or appearing as the mind chatter, saying, oh, I can't get it, but I'm getting closer now, saying all sorts of things. But that as well may seem to stop. It doesn't mean that there's a real somebody there who's saying those things. It's just that space which is not doing anything, which is not a man or a woman, expressing as the waves, you know, as the clouds, or the mind going up and down. So it's everything. It's everything. There's no separation. The longing itself trying to get to somewhere is already this. So there's no separation. Those thoughts as they are really going nowhere. They are just appearing in this as this. They may seem to dissipate or not, but it's still just this expressing as that. So there's no one anywhere to get this, to find this, or to become this. This can never be found because this is everything. This is already whole and complete. Even expressing, even when it expresses as the mind going up and down, wondering if it's there or not there yet. So there's no one there already. And this, as it is already what is being longed for. Just this, which includes whatever is appearing from it.
Thank you, NKOSI. Thank you, Lila.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Always welcome. Are there any last questions? Feel free. If there are questions, it's okay. You can ask whatever.
It seems like any question is not, it's not getting anywhere anyway, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this is already, the question itself is already the answer. The question, when there's no question, and the question itself and the answer are the same. Everything is this already. There's no one there to ask a question who's asking a question already. And there's no one to give an answer. There's just whatever that seems to be arising in this. This is already what it is, with or without the question. Yet, when the question arises, it's also it's arising as a question or an answer.
The question, like, I've been listening so long. Just like, and it still pops up like, what is this? Like, what is this? What is, and I know it's not answerable. You can't answer, like, what is this? What, it's everything, and I don't know, yeah, it's just still still questioning, like.
Yeah. If it arises, Where is it seen from? What sees that? Okay, what sees that is the question. There's the question arising. What sees that?
Like nothing.
That is already the case, even before the question may arise. The question is arising from that already. The question is arising from from an answer, if I should say, is arising from that already. So it is seen as just that expressing as a question, that which is being longed for expressing as a question. As I asked you earlier on, that where is it seen from, that question, when it arises? So we said it's not from nothing. So that's already nothing appearing as a question.
It seems like it's immediately seen in itself, like almost like it's not separate from the question itself. Like it doesn't seem separate. Like it doesn't seem that it's seen from somewhere else. Like I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly that's
Like it's not being
exactly.
watched from somebody, some distance.
Yeah. It is question, it is answer, it is just this, everything already.
Also, yeah, a lot of jealousy seems to be coming up lately when there's someone that seems to go to suddenly just say, oh, this is it. It's always been it. It's like, why can't that be seen here? Like, why? Like, yeah, and I don't know, maybe that was pushed down before, like why not?
Yeah, it is always seen. It is always seen that there's just this, everything is this. The stories may be seen as well. Those just stories talking about the politics, the weather, grocery store, you know. But it doesn't matter, you know. This doesn't mind the story, because the story is this too. So somehow saying there is Lila, there is NKOSI, that's not true. That's the story. Saying there is Michael, there are others, some people out there. That's just a story. It is always seen that what seems to be others is this, is just this express. People going up and down in the busy streets, going to work, some going to their businesses. It's just this, which can never really be described, expressing as people going up and down, just like the sea and the waves. It may seem as if the waves are different from the sea, but it's just the sea appearing as waves. So it's when people are moving around, birds flying, cars hooting, it is seen that it's just this dancing in a way. There's no there's no separation. It's like just like the sea when it appears as waves.
Well, the thing that when they say you can never get this, it's talking to that questioning or that voice that says I'm not there yet or whatever, because that's like it's separate, it's not separate, but it's like its own thing. I don't know how to say, like it's already, that's already something just saying I can't get this. It's just, or it won't happen to me, or it won't, whatever. I don't know. I don't know, because that's just what it is, I guess, like.
Yeah, did this is ever talking to itself. This never talks to anybody. So saying that it's talking to somebody, that's this too. So this doesn't say the other. As this talking is going on, it may seem as if there are two people who are talking, three people in the meeting, but this is just talking to itself. This has never spoken to anybody. So that's how it is seen here.
I think a little bit that can seem scary. So it's like scary because it's alone.
Yeah.
Alone
Yeah.
as everything or whatever, but still.
Yeah, you can say like that. It's alone as everything. It's just alone as everything. Imagining to be different, imagining to be different things, or playing as different characters, but it's still just this. It has
But
never
that,
been anything else but itself.
so that isn't, but it's not afraid to be alone. It's like, sometimes I've had a thought that God created everything, and I don't believe in God that way, but created everything because it was afraid being alone. Or it didn't like being alone.
Yeah, it's actually imagining, it's just imagining itself to be many things, but itself,
It doesn't mind.
it's yeah, it has no limitations. It can do whatever, can become any story, may happen to seek for itself. It may happen to dream or play the game of remembering and forgetting, trying to remember itself, forgetting itself. That's just a play.
So if it
Okay.
seems like a fear about being alone, then that's just kind of playing at being afraid of being alone. I don't know.
Yeah. It's always alone as everything.
Okay. Well, thank you, Nicholas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
welcome. Yeah, welcome, Manada. Thank you for coming, everybody. Uh, have a great evening.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.